Welcome to Durham Tech Community College, NOS 120 Linux Single User, Tutorial Lesson chmod command. My name is Victor Marin and I will be discussing basic information about chmod command. After completing this video you should understand the chmod command and know how to use the relative and absolute method in the terminal. The chmod relative method can be used in the terminal by following this format. Who relates to user, group, or all others. Operations relate to adding, removing, or setting a permission. Permissions are read, write, and execute. The chmod is used to change the access permission on a file or directory. Chmod stands for change mode. Using the command, we can set permissions, read, write, execute on a file or directory for the owner, group, or other. So, now that we know what chmod is, let's put on practice what we learned. We're gonna create a file, so we're gonna use the command touch, and the file name is gonna be file permission test. Then we're gonna use the ls command to make sure that the file was created. And we're gonna use ls-l to get a list of the file permissions. Here we can see the file permission test has read and write permissions for the owner, read permissions for the users, and read permissions for others. So let's go and use chmod command to change those permissions. We're gonna type the command chmod p+x and the name of the file that we're gonna change the permissions. Now that we have changed the permissions on the file, let's go and take a look. Here we can see that our file has changed from white to green. That means that the file now is an executable file. And here we can see how the file permissions have changed. So now we have read and write for the owner, read for the user, and read and execute for others. This was possible because we used the chmod command O+X. The O is referring to others on the file permission, plus X, that means executable permission. So we added an executable permission to others on this file. The absolute method changes all the permissions at once. Instead of specifying one or the other, it uses a binary mask that references all the permissions in each category. When dealing with a binary mask, you need to specify 3 digits for all 3 categories, as well as their permissions. This makes a binary mask less flexible than the permission symbols. Now let's modify a file using the chmod absolute method. On the terminal, we're gonna write ls-l command, and we're gonna look at the file permissions of the file permission test. Then we're gonna write chmod 777 and the name of the file that we're gonna change the permissions. Now let's see how the permissions have changed for that file. You can see that the file now has read, write, and execute permissions for user, group, and others. This is because 777 means that the file is going to have read and write and execute permissions for users, groups, and others. This concludes the video tutorial for chmod command. In this video we covered the related chmod command and the absolute method of the chmod command. Thank you.